Welcome, dear listener. This is your time now, a moment to set aside the day, to rest and to drift gently towards sleep. As you settle in, allow your body to grow heavy against the bed, your shoulders softening, your breath deepening. With each inhale, imagine drawing in calm. With each exhale, feel tension melting away. Tonight, I will take you to a place of quiet wonder, a secret river that awakens only beneath the light of the moon. Its waters shimmer with golden ripples, and within those ripples echo the whispers of peace. Some say the river gathers the weariness of the world, carrying it away in a song that eases every restless heart. And tonight, you will journey there. You will walk beneath starlight, guided by the faint hum of water, until you find the river of golden echoes. There you will listen, release, and rest. So close your eyes if you wish. Breathe deeply and allow the gentle current of this story to carry you onward, toward calm, toward stillness, toward sleep. I could not resist the call of the night. The valley lay hushed beneath the silver moon. Its fields stretched wide and silent, touched only by the slow drifting of shadows. My footsteps were soft upon the path, barely more than whispers in the cool grass. I had walked this way many times before, but tonight felt different. The air itself seemed alive, humming faintly, as though carrying a secret song too quiet to be heard, yet strong enough to be felt deep within my chest. I paused, breathing deeply. The scent of earth and wildflowers rose around me, grounding me, soothing me. I let my shoulders drop, my arms sway loosely at my sides. The night was not empty. It was filled with calm, waiting to be gathered, waiting to be carried within me. As I walked further, I began to notice it, the faintest sound drifting through the stillness, a murmur, soft and low, like water flowing far away. It was steady, patient, unhurried. With each step it grew clearer, tugging gently at me, asking me to follow. I obeyed. The path sloped downward, weaving between clusters of trees. Their branches arched above me, cradling the moonlight, scattering it across the ground in silver fragments. My pace slowed naturally, each step measured, each breath drawn deep and even. Soon the sound of water was no longer faint. It rose around me in layers, the rush of a current, the hush of ripples, the soft song of something deeper, like voices woven into the flow. Then I saw it. Through the trees ahead, a faint shimmer glowed, not white like moonlight, but gold, warm and steady. I stepped closer, and the glow grew brighter, spilling across the earth like spilled treasure. The path bent sharply, and then the trees parted, revealing it at last. A river stretched before me, wide and slow, winding its way through the valley. Its surface glowed with golden light, as though each ripple was lit from within. The reflections of stars danced upon it, mingling with the golden shimmer, creating patterns that shifted and swirled endlessly. I stood at the river's edge, entranced. The sound of it was music, low, steady, filled with gentle echoes. I listened closely, and I thought I heard something within those echoes. Voices, perhaps, or dreams. Not words, but feelings. Calm, peace, rest. I let the sound wash through me. My breath deepened, my chest softened, my mind grew quiet. The golden ripples seemed to whisper, carrying away the last remnants of my wakefulness, and I knew then I had found the river of golden echoes. I lingered at the edge of the river, my eyes tracing the ripples as they moved with unhurried grace. The glow of the water seemed to rise from beneath the surface, as though the river carried its own hidden sun hidden deep within. Each golden shimmer rose gently, faded, and rose again, like the rhythm of breath. The sound was mesmerizing, not loud, not rushing, but steady, like a song that had been playing forever. When I closed my eyes, the echoes grew clearer. I could hear soft tones layered within the flow, notes of music that carried no instruments, whispers that carried no words. It felt as though the river itself was speaking, though not in a language of voices. Instead, it spoke in feeling. Every ripple carried calm, every wave released rest, every echo said, "Breathe, soften, drift." I obeyed without trying. My breaths fell in rhythm with the river, slow and easy. My shoulders let go of their weight. My thoughts, whatever few remained, loosened and dissolved like stones sinking into water. I knelt down, dipping my fingers into the glowing current. The water was cool, smooth, and strangely light, as if it carried no resistance. Tiny sparks of gold clung to my skin for a moment before fading, leaving behind only a deep sense of ease. The echoes swelled gently, and I felt as though the river had accepted me, as though it had been waiting. I sat down on the grass at the riverbank, stretching my legs out, leaning back into the earth. The ground was soft beneath me, warm from the day's memory of sunlight. Above, the stars glittered, mirrored in the golden waves until the sky and water seemed to blend. For a while, I simply listened. The river sang softly. Its echoes drifted across me like threads of silk, weaving through my breath, my thoughts, my body. I closed my eyes again, and this time the echoes felt closer, more distinct. I heard laughter, gentle, distant, like children playing in the light of a forgotten day. I heard the sigh of wind across mountains. I heard the hush of waves against a quiet shore. And yet none of it belonged to the past. The echoes were not memories, they were promises. They carried rest forward, into me, into this moment. The golden glow brightened briefly, and I opened my eyes. The river's ripples danced, and in their shimmer I thought I saw shapes, dreams forming and dissolving, images painted in light. A field of golden flowers swaying in the wind, a lantern rising into the sky, a hand reaching out, steady and kind. Each image appeared for only a heartbeat, then melted back into the current, carried downstream to places unseen. The echoes called gently. I leaned closer, listening as though leaning into a lullaby. The sound pressed softly against my ears, filled my chest, flowed through my veins. And with every passing moment, I felt more deeply that this river was not only water. It was something alive, something eternal. It gathered what the world could not hold, carried away the weariness, and gave back peace in return. I let myself surrender to it. I lay back fully on the grass, eyes half closed, and watched as the golden light shimmered above me in rippling patterns. My breath slowed further, the pauses between each one growing longer, softer. The river sang, and the echoes answered within me. And as I drifted at its edge, I felt that this was only the beginning. Somewhere down the stream, something awaited. Something deeper, something more. And I knew when the time came, the river itself would carry me there. The night around the river was still, yet the water's glow seemed to beckon me onward, as if it carried a path of its own. I stood slowly, brushing dew from my hands, and looked along the shoreline. The golden shimmer stretched endlessly, winding like a ribbon through the valley. And then I saw movement upon the water. At first it was only a shadow, a shape gliding silently against the glowing current. But as it drew closer, details emerged. A small wooden boat, dark as midnight, floated with ease, though the river's current was barely visible. Standing tall at its bow was a figure cloaked in gray, steady hands guiding a long oar that barely touched the water. The boat did not creak or groan. It made no sound at all, as though it belonged to the river itself. The ferryman's face was calm, lined with kindness rather than age. Their eyes reflected the golden glow, carrying the same patient light as the water. As the boat neared the shore, they raised their head, and though no words were spoken, I felt welcomed, seen, expected, as if my arrival had always been part of the river's flow. The boat came to rest at the bank, and the ferryman's voice reached me at last, low and resonant, carrying the hush of the river itself. "Traveler," they said, "you have come to the river of golden echoes. Would you like to journey with me?" The words sank into me like a balm, dissolving hesitation. I nodded softly, my body already moving forward. The ferryman extended a hand, steady and sure, and I placed mine in theirs. Their touch was firm but gentle, like the weight of a promise. I stepped into the boat. The wooden planks beneath my feet were smooth and cool, holding me as securely as the earth had. I settled onto a low bench, and the ferrymen returned to their place at the bow. With one slow push of the oar, the boat drifted away from the bank, gliding effortlessly into the river's heart. The current caught us at once, carrying us downstream with a motion so gentle it felt like rocking in a cradle. My body loosened in response. My breath fell into the rhythm of the water. My eyes half closed, not from weariness, but from the deep calm washing over me. The river shimmered around us. Every ripple sent echoes into the air, and now they were clearer than ever. I heard laughter that turned into music, music that turned into whispers, whispers that dissolved into silence sweeter than sound. The echoes wove together like threads, a tapestry of calm spread across the night. The ferryman spoke again, their voice merging seamlessly with the echoes. "This river gathers what weighs upon the world," they said. "The worries, the restlessness, the longings that go unanswered, all of it drifts here, carried by unseen currents. And as it moves, the river transforms it into light, into calm, into peace." I listened, heart steady, mind hushed. Their words were not lessons, but truths I already knew, truths I had forgotten until the river reminded me. I leaned over the edge of the boat, gazing into the glowing water. Beneath the surface, I saw shapes drifting slowly, like shadows of leaves, like fragments of forgotten dreams. They dissolved as they passed, melting into streams of golden light that rose to the surface, brightening the ripples. The ferryman guided the boat with care, though it seemed no effort was needed. The river moved us forward as if it had chosen the way long ago. I sat back, allowing the motion to carry me deeper into calm. The gentle rocking lulled my body further. My hands rested upon my knees, muscles softened. My mind floated, thoughtless, drifting as peacefully as the boat itself. "Do you hear them?" the ferryman asked. I nodded faintly. The echoes swirled around me, alive, surrounding and entering me at once. They were not haunting, but healing, Each one brushed against me and carried away some last fragment of tension, leaving only stillness in its wake. The ferrymen smiled softly, their gaze turned downstream. Good, let them carry you. You have no need to hold on to anything here. And I didn't. The river held me, the boat cradled me, the echoes filled me. Together they carried me forward into something quieter than silence, deeper than calm. The journey had only begun, but already I felt as though sleep itself was waiting just beyond the next bend in the golden stream. The boat drifted onward, following the golden current as it wound deeper into the valley. The ferryman's oar touched the water only now and then, guiding us gently, though it seemed the river already knew where we were meant to go. Ahead, the air grew cooler, tinged with the scent of stone and moss. I lifted my gaze and saw that the river was narrowing, its golden shimmer sliding between tall cliffs. The walls of rock rose higher and higher until they met in an arch, forming the mouth of a cavern. From within, a glow pulsed, softer than sunlight, steadier than moonlight. The ferryman guided us forward, and we slipped beneath the arch into the waiting cavern. At once I felt it, the stillness. The sound of the river changed as it echoed from the stone, becoming layered, resonant, like a choir of whispers. Every ripple sent waves of sound across the cavern, filling it with tones that lingered long after the water had moved on. Crystals jutted from the rock walls, glowing faintly. Their light caught the river's golden shimmer and multiplied it, scattering reflections until the whole cavern sparkled like a sky made of countless stars. Above, stalactites hung like frozen chimes, and when drops of water fell from them into the river below, they rang with delicate notes, blending seamlessly into the echoes. I closed my eyes, letting the sound wash over me. It was not only heard, it was felt. The vibrations touched my skin, my chest, my bones. Every part of me hummed with it, and in that hum, my body softened further, sinking deeper into release. The ferryman's voice came low, blending into the cavern's resonance. This is the heart of the river. Here, echoes are gathered before they return to the world. Some are carried away to become dreams. Some dissolve into silence. And some remain to soothe those who wander here. Their words drifted into me, steady and kind. I let myself lean back against the side of the boat, head resting, arms loose. The rocking of the boat was slower now, calmer, barely noticeable. My breath matched it, soft, unhurried, each inhale drawing in the cool air, each exhale melting tension into the river. The echoes grew clearer.
One carried the sigh of a gentle breeze, reminding me of summer fields at dusk. Another carried a lullaby, faint but familiar, like a song remembered from childhood. Another carried the steady beat of waves, rising and falling in endless rhythm. None of them belonged to me, yet each one felt as though it had been meant for me all along. They slipped into the spaces where unease might have lingered, filling them with calm, layering piece upon piece. The ferrymen dipped their oar into the water once more. The ripples spread outward, their light scattering across the cavern. "If you wish," they said softly, "you may release what weighs on you here. The river will take it. The echoes will carry it away." I closed my eyes again, and in the quiet of my mind I gathered the fragments that still clung to me. Small worries, scattered thoughts, remnants of the day. One by one I imagined them drifting from me, slipping into the water. Each one dissolved the instant it touched the golden current. The river accepted them without question, transforming them into light, into sound, into calm. I felt lighter. My chest eased. My body sank deeper into stillness. The ferryman gave a single nod, as if they too had felt the release. "Good," they murmured. "You are ready."
I let the silence hold me. It was not empty. It was full of echoes, of light, of peace. It was the kind of silence that soothes, the kind that does not end but carries you inward, deeper, softer. The cavern's glow dimmed slightly, not fading but shifting, as though encouraging me to rest. The crystals flickered gently, their reflections pulsing with the rhythm of the river's flow. I felt my eyelids heavy, my body weightless and sinking at the same time. The rocking of the boat lulled me further, as though I floated between the surface of the river and the surface of sleep itself. The ferryman's voice drifted once more, softer now, nearly indistinguishable from the echoes. "Rest, traveler. Let go. The river carries you now." And I did. The cavern slowly widened, its glowing crystals fading into the distance. Ahead, the cliffs parted once more, and the river opened into the vastness of the night. The boat glided effortlessly, carried by the current's golden shimmer. Above me the sky stretched wide, dark and endless, filled with constellations. Below me, the river mirrored that sky, golden ripples blending with the stars until I could not tell where the heavens ended and the water began. I lay back fully against the boat's smooth wood, arms resting loosely at my sides, head turned toward the sky. The ferryman's oar moved only once, guiding us gently, then stilled. From then on, the boat drifted without sound, rocked by the calmest of currents. The air was cool and sweet, carrying the faint fragrance of river blossoms. My breath drew it in slowly, and with each exhale I felt heavier, sinking into the boat as though it had become part of me. My chest rose, fell, rose, fell. The rhythm was steady, unbroken, endless as the water itself.
The echoes had softened now. They no longer called for my attention, but blended into the night. Whispers so gentle I could not separate them from the sound of my own breath. They were no longer outside me. They were within, woven into me like threads of light. I closed my eyes. The darkness behind them was not empty. It glowed faintly, like golden ripples spreading outward, carrying me deeper into quiet. Images stirred gently, dreamlike and fragile, a lantern rising into the sky, a meadow swaying in moonlight, a hand holding mine, warm and steady. They came and went like the river's reflections, never lingering, never demanding. They asked nothing of me but to drift with them. The ferryman's voice came once more, soft and distant, as though spoken across both water and time. Sleep now. The river will carry you. The night will keep you. Their words settled upon me like a blanket. My breath slowed further, each inhale shallower, each exhale longer, softer, dissolving into the golden air. My body felt as though it no longer belonged to me, but to the river itself, weightless, floating, safe. I surrendered fully. The stars above blurred, their light fading into haze. The glow of the river merged with the glow behind my eyelids. The echoes lulled me, holding me steady as the last fragments of wakefulness slipped away. There was no need to think, no need to move, no need to hold on, only to rest, only to dream, only to sleep. And as the boat drifted onward, carried by the current of golden echoes, I drifted too, downstream into dreams, downstream into peace, downstream into the quietest, deepest sleep.